And let's move on. Kazakhstan is ready to provide a platform for negotiations and the settlement of relations between Azerbaijan and Armenia, stated Kassym-Jomart Tokayev in Yerevan. This week, the head of state visited the capital of Armenia for the first time with an official visit. During the meeting with Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, the parties not only agreed to collaborate towards achieving peace in the region, but also discussed crucial matters of trade and economic cooperation. More details you'll find in our next report right now. Despite more than 30 years of diplomatic cooperation and participation in common integration associations, this is the first official visit of Kazakh president to Armenia since 2001. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev named it symbolic that his visit coincides with the 25th anniversary of the signing of the Friendship and Cooperation Treaty. While friendship is underscored by the warm official reception from the Armenian side, cooperation matters are the main aspect of the expanded negotiations. The president emphasized that regardless of the complex transport logistics between Armenia and Kazakhstan, bilateral trade turnover has increased by 3.5 times over the last 5 years. In the near future, Kazakhstan plans to increase exports of 70 types of goods, with deals totaling $350 million. During the negotiations, the parties also discussed matters of investment and cultural humanitarian cooperation.
We fully support the initiative to elevate Kazakh-Armenian interaction to a new level. We hold deep respect for the ancient history, culture and traditions of the Armenian people. Over the past quarter-century, solid foundations have been laid for bilateral relations, with active development in political dialogue and established connections between governments and parliaments.
Your visit holds great significance. I can say that during our contacts we have already touched upon a wide range of issues. This includes deepening economic and political cooperation, expanding regional interaction. I want to emphasize that we also pay attention to the cultural and humanitarian sphere. This year, Days of Armenian Culture will take place in Kazakhstan, and next year, Days of Kazakh Culture will be held in Armenia. Overall, our agenda is quite rich and diverse.
Following the negotiations, the parties signed a joint statement and 10 cooperation documents. In particular, one of them, a roadmap for trade and economic cooperation, is aimed at increasing trade turnover and freight transportation between the countries.
Last year, freight transportation between the countries reached 7,000 tons. We plan to increase this figure. For example, previously, Kazakh vehicles arriving in Armenia were subject to an environmental tax of $100. However, thanks to our current agreements, this tax is now abolished. Furthermore, once Armenia joins the Ashgabat agreement, trade turnover and freight transportation will increase.
The most important condition for trade and successful joint projects is undoubtedly stability and security in the region. The head of state highly appreciated the steps taken by Armenia and Azerbaijan towards concluding a peace agreement. In this regard, President Tokayev emphasized Kazakhstan's readiness to assist by providing a platform for negotiations. It is worth noting that Kazakhstan indeed has experience in mediating international conflicts. For example, conducted under UN auspices, the Astana process for peaceful settlement of the Syrian crisis has been actively operating since 2017. Kazakhstan's peaceful and constructive stance on this issue is underscored by the fact that the meeting in Yerevan took place just a month after the head of state's visit to Baku, Azerbaijan.
We have agreed to work together and actively participate in processes aimed at ensuring peace and stability in the upcoming periods. We wholeheartedly welcome Armenia and Azerbaijan aspirations for a peace agreement. As the esteemed Prime Minister has just stated, Kazakhstan is ready to provide full support and take on the mission of goodwill. Our main goal is to bring closer the friendly nations and pave the way for lasting peace and stability in the region.
On the day of the visit, the head of state also held a meeting with the president of Armenia, Vagan Khachaturyan. The Armenian president described the visit as historical and expressed confidence in the further development and strengthening of relations between Kazakhstan and Armenia. Daurian Sagulov, New Time.